again, back live here at the New York Stock Exchange on the floor. Earlier this week, Fierce Biotech, a business-to-business news brand covering the biotech and medtech industries, unveiled its 2024 Fierce 15 list, which highlights startups breaking barriers and defining the future of the industry. Joining me now to talk more about this is Gabrielle Masson. She's the editor for Fierce Biotech. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So we understand that you and your team need to kind of sort through, hundreds of nominees. Talk me through how long this process takes and what kind of criteria is needed here.
Yeah, absolutely. So it takes months, basically, to sort through all these hundreds of nominees. And every year we do this every year, and we choose 15 private biotechs. And we really look for companies that are at the cutting edge of science and strategy in the industry. So it takes a while to whittle those down.
What are some of the new trends that you and your team are really closely monitoring in this biotech space? How are the honorees advancing those trends?
Yeah, definitely. So we look a lot at modalities, so different types of drugs that are being developed. So right now the hot spaces are ADCs and radiopharmaceuticals. And so a couple of our nominees are working to really progress those industries. And then we also have we base things based off indication. So obesity is a hot space right now. I'm sure you've heard a lot of drug development in obesity, as well as oncology, things like that. So we really look for companies that are pushing forward in those to make a difference for diseases that maybe were harder to reach before.
AI is expanding its presence among different industries, I'm sure that you've seen. How is it changing the biotech ecosystem, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, AI has become an increasingly large presence in biotech. A lot of companies use it for drug discovery and drug development and incorporate it into their platform. It's quite lucrative, but I would say that, we're still at a point where we need those investments to read out. Drug development takes a long time, and so we haven't quite seen everything to fruition yet.
What do you think are some of the biggest challenges facing biotech companies today?
I mean, I know the market is rough right now. The market has been really rough for biotech for probably about 2 years. Basically, a lot of money came in during COVID, and then it was pulled out. So we're really returning to normal right now, but biotechs have been operating as lean as they possibly can for the past 2 years. So it's been difficult to get fundraising for a lot of companies. There's been a lot of layoffs. There's been a lot of strategic restructuring, things like that. So I would say that a big challenge is staying afloat and getting that fundraising.
Yeah, and we understand the startups that you cover, they range from seed all the way to later stage firms. How have high rates amid today's inflationary environment impacted the growth of these companies?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little difficult to say, but any startup is going to face more challenges with these high inflation rates. Biotechs specifically today need to have a really strong management team, really strong science that can be easily proven out, and a really strong vision.
All right, Gabrielle Masson, thanks so much for talking with us.
Yeah.